Astrology, tarot, and autism? That's the theme for today's show? Wait, where's the script? Yeah, it is. Well, what does that have to do with autism, though? And why don't we have a makeup artist here? I mean, I don't know how to do this. Huh? What? No budget? Well, we have to have some sort of budget. Less than the original Star Trek. Huh. Well, okay. Oh, what? What's that? Uh, I'm not Mrs. Wilkinson this week? That's next week? Oh, okay. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Autism-Philes. My name is Shay, and I make weekly videos on autism. Videos drop every Wednesday, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to not miss a single one. Recently, I watched a Yosemite Sam video on autism and witchcraft. Apparently, witchcraft is a popular special interest for autistic girls and young women. Who knew? Anyway, it got me thinking about my special interest in astrology. Yes, for those of you who don't know, that's one of my special interests. In fact, it's arguably my top special interest. So, that Yosemite Sam video gave me the idea for this one. As for this video, I did a little research. I did find information on autism and witchcraft, but not autism and interest in astrology or tarot. Nevertheless, I feel both of these are related to witchcraft, as many witches do use astrology and tarot cards in their practice. So, I think it's reasonable to infer that interest in astrology and tarot may also be higher in the autism population. In any case, being an astrologer myself and having played around with tarot cards more recently, I do have some thoughts on this. Astrology is, at its core, the study of cycles. In fact, it's all about cycles: short cycles, long cycles, medium cycles, cycles upon cycles. You have the lunar cycle of 27 and 1/3 days to go around the Earth. You have the solar cycle of course, one Earth year. Now, from our vantage point here on Earth, it looks like that it is the sun that is moving around the Earth, but that's actually the opposite. It's the Earth moving around the sun, but from our vantage point here on Earth, we see the sun move across the sky in a narrow band called the ecliptic. And this takes 1 year. The Mercury cycle is 88 days for Mercury to go around the sun one time. The Venus cycle is 225 days. The Mars cycle is approximately 2 years. That's how long it takes for Mars to go around the sun. The Jupiter cycle is 12 years. The Saturn cycle is 29 years. And finally, the Uranus cycle is 84 years. The Neptune cycle is 165 years. And the Pluto cycle is 248 years. Another thing we love: predictability, certainty. We love planning our days, knowing what's going to happen next. Astrology helps with this. It presents a picture of an ordered universe where things are predictable. A horoscope is a map which shows you where you're going. And we all know how I feel about maps. Now, do you see the appeal? I'm honestly surprised that more autistic people aren't into astrology. I use it every day, and it makes me feel more certain about the future. It takes away some of that uncertainty that makes me anxious. Another thing astrology is great for is learning about yourself, which is something a lot of autistic people are really into. I mean, how many of us haven't studied psychology? I did. In fact, I got a degree in it. I studied it because I didn't understand me, much less anyone else. Since I got into astrology, though, I've learned heaps about myself. Heaps, as my Australian friends would say. And in case you're confused about why I keep drinking coffee during each of my videos, is because really I'm trying to show off all my coffee cups. And today is one that's astrology related. What do you think? Nice, huh? Now, on to the tarot. This is a little harder to see the appeal for autistic individuals, but stay with me here. We're not looking at cycles, but like astrology, we need to accept something known as synchronicity. And I'm not just talking about an album by the Police. Synchronicity is the idea of two things occurring together, neither causing the other. Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, a student of Freud, called it meaningful coincidence. The classic example is that of a man's watch stopping at the exact same time he has a heart attack. The watch stopping didn't cause the heart attack any more than the heart attack caused the watch to stop. They're a meaningful coincidence. Synchronicity. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I'm just learning the tarot myself. I've been studying astrology since 1994, so I know it very, very well. The tarot, not so much. So whilst I'm learning, I do have um, these moonology cards, and these are what are called oracle cards. They're not exactly tarot cards. They don't have um, the familiar, like the major arcana, as they call it, the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune and all that. And they don't have the different suits, pages and cups and wands and swords. Um, but this one in particular just has um, different um, different moon cards. So this one here says, "Hold your vision, fixed moon." Okay, so um, this helps me because I don't really know tarot very well yet, but I do know astrology, so I can use these ones a little bit easier than I can with the tarot cards, which I'm still learning. So sometimes when I think about it, I'll do like a card for the day. I'll just draw one card for the day to kind of give me an idea of what I might be able to expect. So I pre-shuffled these so that you don't have to watch me shuffle them. So I'm going to pick a card and we'll see what it is. So the card I picked, it says full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So what does that mean? Well, the full moon is a time of conclusions because the new moon is a time of new beginnings. So when the new moon is out, you can use that as a time to concentrate on uh, what you wish to happen, what you wish to fulfill over the next month, um, or rather over the next 2 weeks until the full moon. When the full moon occurs, that's a time of conclusions, a time when things come to a head. So um, So this card would mean that, whatever my question was, that something is about to come to a conclusion. So for me today, it maybe simply means that I'm going to finish recording this video today. That would be good because I've been recording it since yesterday. Um, so that's a little sample there of the tarot, or rather oracle cards. If I knew more about the tarot and I was, more comfortable with that, then I would do a demonstration of that. But I think these oracle cards are good. I like to use them. All right, so that is all for that demonstration. This has gone a little bit long. I don't know, it might end up in an episode of Nerdy Bits, but there you go. Well, that's all the time we have this week for Autism-Philes. This isn't a sacred oak, though I wish it was. Am I a witch, are you asking? No, not quite. But I am writing a book about an autistic kid in medieval times who gets into nature magic. He spends a lot of time hanging out in an oak tree. As for me, I've been climbing trees my whole life. I'm an autism-phile, and I hope you are too. Thanks for watching. See you next time.